Philly Sports, Love and Pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny with the crack right out the gate. Crack right out the gate. You know what? You know what, Kenny? I got one for you too. Why not? Let's double it up. There we go. What's up? Yeah.
Ain't shit but a thing.
It's been like a couple weeks. You know, we're back.
Yeah.
We're
Fuck
back
the
at it.
haters. Fuck them.
Fuck the haters.
Had to watch a little congressional baseball this afternoon.
Yeah, Kenny's like, dude, put on Fox FS1. I'm like, oh my god, what's on? I can't even imagine like what's on, right? And then I put it on, and it's the fucking congressional baseball game. He's like, this has been electric. I'm like, dude,
It was terrible. But I'm just saying, we could be out there.
so we could compete.
Oh my god, yeah. There's like a dude that's like 108.
I know I could. I can fucking hit a ball, bro.
Yeah, I can bunt.
Running. I could play first base. I'm probably not legging out anything more than the double, unless it get, if it's getting to the wall, I got a double in me. That's about it.
Rojas.
But things have always been that way for me, honestly. Like, that's no different. The age is not a factor here. There's other factors at play. It's called gravity.
Yeah.
I can hit it a fuck ton, but I ain't running very fast. That's just the way it is, man.
That's the way it is.
So yeah, we Kenny and I both for some reason just ended up at the game yesterday together. Not together, but at the same time.
Two sections over?
Yeah, 2 sections away. Which was kind of funny. Not planned.
It sucked.
That game was fucking horrendous.
That was like one of the worst games I've ever been to, honestly.
And it's like you get those, like you have those stinkers,
Oh yeah, that was a big time stank.
Well, so like, but here's the thing, right? Even in that game, they had a bunch of hits, like a bunch of hits.
Okay.
So I guess my point is here, what I'm getting at is, what are you doing?
I'm fucking falling apart.
You doing some redecorating over there right now? Live on the fucking air? Kenny always makes everything interesting. Like, this is...
How do you think my life is?
This is just
This is how my brain is 24/7, 365. Imagine the burden it is to be me.
Behind the scenes look right here of Kenny's ring light. Like, this is like...
I have a fucking awesome podcast room, but I can't do anything about it.
Like, what do you mean? Because you have a kid?
No, because I can't fucking, how I got to build a wall, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Nah, I feel that. I had to actually run a hard wire in my office because of all these bricks and shit. It was like the Wi-Fi is terrible. So I had to literally figure out, I had to nerd it up. And I got like...
What do you like better? White? Blue?
No, that one.
Orange. Dude, this is what I have in my office.
No, that's what you should use.
The orange?
Yeah, it makes you look more like natural.
Oh, thank you. Behave. Okay, I'm married. All right. The fuck.
No, but like, listen.
You home.
Listen here. All right. So the Phillies had 10 hits today.
I'm not doing this with you. If you're gonna try to tell me yesterday was an okay game.
No. I'm just gonna say that those games happen. My point is that in the past 3 days, they faced the second best team in the NL, and they had 36 hits in 3 games. 36. That's a lot of fucking hits.
Yeah, but like, what are we doing?
They went 2-1. What do you want?
No, I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying, like, at this point, we are like they've decided that they're never going to hit another home run again. And I mean, today was different, right? We're not counting today because like up till game time, we all felt the same way. And don't even try to act like you didn't.
Do we have to go back and get receipts on you?
What did I say that was false?
No, what I said was that Schwarber was going to have a day today, and he did.
Yeah, and that's fine. Again, what did I say? I said not counting today everything up to 105 today They hit 5 home runs in the month of June.
Well, we're still in the month of June, but I hear you.
Dave.
It's not good. I'm not. Listen.
They used to hit 5 home runs a fucking week.
What do we want them to do? This is the
Well,
same.
that's my point. They went too far the other way.
But this is the same argument as this is the Jalen Hurts argument in baseball. Do you realize that?
What did you say?
This is the same. This is the Jalen Hurts argument in baseball form. That's what this is.
You're not very clear.
Okay.
Now you are.
Like you can't hear me?
No, it was like it sounded like you were in a tunnel. It was echoing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so listen.
I got you now.
Okay. So this is the Jalen Hurts argument in baseball form.
Go on.
I'm trying to tweet.
Don't be tweeting. Don't be drunk tweeting.
I'm not drunk.
I was last night. Woo boy.
So here it is. This is the Jalen Hurts. This is the Jalen Hurts argument in baseball form. We want the Phillies. What is more important?
I am so not prepared for this podcast. Hold on.
You are like on an island, dude. What is more important to you? Winning or hitting home runs?
That is now blowing on me. Holy shit! What a game changer. Okay, I'm ready. I'm locked in, David.
What's more important, winning or hitting home runs?
Oh, just a phallus.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is.
What's more important?
But you can make the argument. What's more important in the postseason, home runs or singles?
No. What's more important in the postseason is winning.
I feel like you're painting me in the wrong light, and I don't appreciate it. And I also don't appreciate.
I'm just asking a question.
I know. I'm asking you a question now. How about that? I'm going to turn the tides on you.
You didn't answer my question though.
Fuck you, first off. Secondly, how come the producer of Fox has to tell me you be crying and talking shit on me?
I've been talking shit.
Oh, that's not what he said to me.
I did tell him that I was gonna. When they asked me if I would bean somebody with a baseball, I said that I would bean you first because you said I was a loser for not valuing championships over you. When you put loser in my contact info, I was like, that was the same day. So I was like, fuck you. I'm gonna bean Kenny. That's what happened. So Marcus, if you're listening, you dime me out. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
But Marcus, I got your number. Okay, literally. So.
He said I have to defend you, and I said I know because I'm the better option.
Oh my god!
I'm the most people tune in for my brain. Okay, now ask me your question.
What's different about it?
I just think they went too I'm okay with hitting the ball. Like I get that. Like it's important because they were either way too home run dependent, right? And now they're like. It's like they completely just switched, and now they're just way too single dependent.
Steve, Simplex Steve, what's up?
I'm gonna start calling him 12-inch T.
12-inch T Steve. What's going on, 12-inch T Steve? I heard. By the way, Steve, I got the story behind the 12-inch T. So if
I got it too. Yeah.
If you want the T on the T's, let me know. I got it.
So I just think they went too far left. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
I understand. I understand.
I don't know how you fix that. I don't even know if it's happening. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But to me, it feels like an aggressive switch.
I feel like I think I'm just playing devil's advocate for the most part. But like, at the end of the day, all that matters is if they hit. Listen, put bat on ball, put ball in play. Good things will happen. That's just the way it goes. And. When you have 36 hits in 3 days against the second best team in the fucking National League.
Yeah, but we also
that tells me that you're turning the tide of good.
I don't even want to do the like they got two kind of scrubby pitchers though.
Oh my God. This is again the Jalen Hurts argument. Oh yeah, but they beat the fucking whatever, insert douchebag team name. That's the same fucking thing. So again,
I don't know. It's hard, and it's hard because baseball.
We love comparing football to baseball around here. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it until it's this way. We only do it in the negative connotation. We never do it in the positive connotation. I listened today, and I was listening to them talk about like Chris Sims. Chris Sims came out with his quarterback list, right? And you know where he had Hurts?
Yeah, in his own category, number 10.
Number 10. Okay. Is that an egregious ranking for Hurts?
Oh, okay, Spike. Relax.
I'm
Fucking
just. Oh,
Spike.
did he say that today?
Yeah. Or yesterday, I don't remember. Okay, here's the problem with it. Oh, are we bouncing around? This is going to be one of these episodes because it's been a
Yeah.
while, so
It's
we don't know
okay.
what we're doing.
It's okay. We're just
Okay.
gonna pop. We're gonna pop around. I'm kind of
Okay.
weaving. I'm kind of weaving like a narrative here.
Okay, so here's the problem with Chris Sims. he he totally undervalued Jalen Hurts in 2020 and had him 40th out of 32 teams.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So he went so far left, right? And in reality is he's gonna be right eventually. Now he's not right now. He might not be right in the next 2, 3, 4 years, but at some point Hurts is gonna, you know what I mean? He's just gonna implode and disappear in a way. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do.
Like we hope it doesn't happen, right? Like you know what I mean. But chances are, like he's making his bed that it's gonna happen. So that's why he keeps dangling this disrespectful narrative out because he's trying to show face. He's an idiot. Now, do I think that number 10 is egregious? No. Do I think he's, I this might blow your brains a little bit. He's in the range of 6-7, right? To me, but I also think he's better than Lamar Jackson.
You think he's better than Lamar Jackson?
Yes, and I know that's gonna get some flack, but my argument there is,
I mean, what's the argument?
Lamar Jackson disappears in every single playoff game.
Okay, so you're gonna use
small.
clutch and not immeasurable.
But you almost have to when you're trying to rank Hurts, right?
I don't know. That's my biggest question, I think, and it's for you and everyone, I guess. But like, how do you rank players? Do you rank them based on their performance, or do you rank them based on the team performance?
I'm so tired of the team performance argument.
But it's what it is. That's the only reason why. That. Yeah, the only reason why he's even that high is because of the team.
I don't know. I think there's a few teams you could put Hurts on with the talent around them that he would absolutely make them fine. I think that he makes players around him better. That's like a prerequisite, like to be a top. When did it become such a bad thing to have really, 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 really good?
I don't know.
Immeasurable things, right?
I don't know.
All these years, like it was always like, okay, he can't, and I'm not talking about Hurts. Like I'm just saying anyone, like so and so can't do this, but boy, can he rally up the team, and boy, can he hit fucking. I don't know. Like, look at Kyle Schwarber. Like, he's terrible in left field, right? So, like, we're gonna knock him because he does one thing good, or two things. He's leadership, and he fucking piss missiles, right?
Yep.
Other than that, you could argue. So I just don't know when we got to this point in society, and it's probably because it's an Eagles quarterback, so that's why people think they can shit all over him. But, like, when did we decide that, like, immeasurable things no longer matter? Because that was always the thing. Is like, but he's got the tangibles. You know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck it is. It's hard. It's one of the most difficult things.
It's really hard.
That you're ever gonna, like, sports-wise. Like,
it's hard, and I don't know if I can. I feel wrong even like acting like it doesn't matter, because I know deep down that it does matter. But at the end of the day, like you said, when you're talking about in baseball, and I know sports are different too, so that's a factor, right? But like in baseball, when you talk about a batter, you have nowhere in your mind or thinking about the record of that team. Nowhere.
No. But again, that's because it's like how condensed football is compared to like baseball, which is like, long.
Also,
too long.
Like this has been one of my arguments, like literally forever, that wins and losses should not be a pitching record at all. Shouldn't even be considered. Shouldn't be considered. Should you get a loss if you give up 2 runs?
No, but it goes the other way too. Should Luzardo not get a loss when he gives up 12 runs?
He does. It doesn't matter. You get affected in other stat categories, all the stat categories.
So you just want to take away win loss for
because it
pitchers,
doesn't
and
mean anything. Like, what does it prove?
yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, like Matt Strong comes in, he gets one guy out, and he gets a win because the Phillies put on 10 runs in the eighth, right?
Nothing. It proves nothing.
Yeah,
Even
it's an
even
interesting
for
argument.
starters, like you go out and you win 20 games, okay. Your ERA, you're at the same time your ERA is 2.3, your WHIP is probably like 0.9. Like, so you have all these other stat categories that mean more to a pitcher than wins and losses. But yet for some reason we hold on to wins and losses because for some reason, what is that reason? It's the same reason that we're talking about it in football.
Well, I mean, I think it's like mostly in for like the implosion, right?
Yeah, I guess. But
I mean, because like if you look at Paul Skeens, he's 1-7. The
man,
ERA is
what a shitty
1.1.
pitcher.
Yeah, so like I get your point. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, your record is as good as your team,
Look at
which again,
Tayshaun. Look at Tayshaun. Look at Tayshaun.
so
Look
so
at
the
Walker.
so the narrative. So what I'm talking about here is like if wins and losses shouldn't matter really for pitchers because Paul Skeens is 1-7, and he's clearly basically going to win the Cy Young this year. Why do they matter so much in other sports, specifically football? Because Jalen Hurts is the leader.
What do you want? And not you, but like what do people
Yeah.
want? What would make people happy? 250 a week and 2 passing touchdowns a week?
No, I'm happy with. I see. For me, if I know you're not saying, I know you're not literally just talking at me, but like for me, like with Jalen Hurts, I'm totally happy with what he gives you. He's consistent. He takes care of the football, and he is a winner. He's a winner. But when it comes to ranking players, he's not in the top. He's barely in the top 10. Because again, you can't take into
So you
consideration
give me the list.
the Sims list. You want
Yeah,
to just
go
use
ahead.
that for like
Nah, that's
whatever?
the only list that matters at this point.
I guess, which is hilarious. So you did it in tiers, not necessarily 1 through 10. So tier 1 is Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
You can't put Hurts in that tier.
No, you can't. But I also don't think Lamar deserves to be in that tier. So that's my argument. Go.
Okay, that's fair. I think I can get on that. I can get on that train. Tier 2 is Jaden, Stafford, Stroud, Herbert, Mayfield, Hurts.
What are we doing?
I don't
Give me them
know.
again. Give me them again.
Jaden,
Slower. No.
not proven, right?
No, you can't put him in. You can't put him number 5 because he had a
No.
good.
He's not number 5. This is tier 2. Just think of it that way.
No, I don't want to think of it that way. I
You
want
don't
to think
want-
of it 1 through 10. It's 1 through
All right.
10.
Well,
because
this is the order that he has them in. Then it's
yeah, that's
Jaden,
what I'm saying.
Jaden Daniels,
5.
Matt Stafford.
I could argue that Stafford should probably be ahead of him. Okay,
I would
so that's
argue
1.
that too.
Okay.
C.J.
That
Stroud.
puts us at 5, right? That puts us at 5.
So now you have Lamar Jackson 1, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Matt Stafford would be 5.
All right, we're at 5. Okay, go to the next person.
Jaden Daniels then.
No,
So you're taking Jaden Daniels out of the top 10.
I mean I'm just shifting at this point.
Okay.
You'll see.
Okay. C.J. Stroud,
Absolutely not. What are we doing?
Justin Herbert,
What are we doing?
Baker Mayfield.
It's tough, but he's not a winner, man. And honestly, like no one's talking about Baker Mayfield when he was at the Browns, and no one's like he's just getting 1-year deals. He got traded to Carolina and then traded to the fucking Rams. Like no, I love Baker, but no.
Jalen Hurts.
Is that it? Yeah. So to me, I just think all that slides. Like you would put, it'd be Matt Stafford, it'd be Hurts, it would be.
Okay,
Probably-
so you have Hurts like the 6th best quarterback in football.
That's what I'm saying. I have him at 6, and I don't think, and I'm not saying 10's egregious. It's egregious because it's Chris Sims.
Yeah, right.
Look, top 10 out of 32 teams is pretty good. If I told you in 2020 when they drafted him that he would be the top 10 quarterback, number 10 of the whole entire league, everyone would be pumping their freaking cocks.
I kind of think that's a new one. Uh,
Thank you.
just coming up with new terms around here.
Been working on them.
Everybody would be pumping their cocks. Um, that like threw me out, derailed me, man.
Choo choo. He's back.
Yeah, I just it's hard because like what is the ranking? What is the ranking?
If he wins, okay, let me give you
Like,
this.
are we
If he
ranking
wins-
them based on stats, or are we ranking them based on like overall all encompassing performance? Like, what
Well,
are
this
we
is like-
ranking?
This is like that sloppy argument we got into like 2 weeks ago.
With the running backs?
No, that was a good argument.
That was a good argument.
The one where I really offended the group chat, the other group chat, like when I said that I would take Jalen Hurts over Dan Marino's career.
Oh yeah, that's psycho.
No, absolutely not.
Psycho
Because
talk.
what do you value?
This is the conversation that got me dubbed a loser, quote unquote. And this is why I wanted to bean Kenny with the ball. This is it. This is the conversation right here. So we got.
I didn't realize you're so sensitive.
I'm not sensitive. But
I changed your name on my phone, and you go to freaking Fox and you cry to Marcus.
No. He sent me a prompt, and I added you in my video. I'll send it to you.
How dare you? How dare you?
I wish I could play it for a podcast right now, but I don't know how to do that.
I will die on this hill until I'm 1,000 years old, and then
Okay, so go ahead, Kenny. Make your argument. I can't wait. Go ahead.
David. The whole point
For everyone at home.
The whole point. Look, I already see your blood pressure rising. Chill the fuck out. All right, you got a family.
I'm good.
Look, the whole point of this, as the fan base, is to win Super Bowls, right? Would you agree with that statement?
The whole point of sports is to win championships.
When I watch sports, I'm not looking for World Series losses. I'm not looking for Stanley Cup not making the playoffs. I'm not looking for I don't know what else you're watching for.
Your internet got bad at the worst time. Look at your signal. You have 1 bar. You have 1 bar of signal.
And Chrissy's working.
What do you have? What do you got? A mouse running, and that's your Wi-Fi?
I don't fucking know, man. We're poor, okay?
Anyway, go back. Continue.
What do
I want? Do I want champion? Do I want my team to go to the championship every time and lose, or do I want to win championships? Like that's the weirdest. That's basically what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I would take a Super Bowl over a Hall of Fame quarterback career. And I don't think that is insane or egregious. I just don't. I'm watching sports for championships. Okay? It's entertaining regardless, right? But for specifically watching the Philadelphia Eagles, I am watching them for championships. I don't want to clap when they lose the Super Bowl. I don't want to clap when they got to the NFC Championship. At least they did good. Like, you sound like a bunch of Washington Redskin fans. Like, that's what you people sound like. It's insane to me. You watch sports for the championships. And I can't believe that you would take 0 Super Bowls to have a Dan Marino career on your team over a Jalen Hurts career with a Super Bowl.
The argument,
Super Bowl MVP, mind you, should have been a Super Bowl MVP. Also, mind you, should have been another Super Bowl champion.
Well,
James Bradley.
He fumbled, but I mean, you're gonna just negate. You're just not gonna talk about the sack fumble. You're not gonna talk about.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just simply trying to explain to you.
Okay. First of all, the argument was not that knowing what I know, would I pick Dan Marino or Jalen Hurts? The argument was, would I pick a quarterback that could maybe win a championship or one that would be good, sustained success, Hall of Fame career? Which one would I pick? I would pick Yes, that's what my argument was.
Oh, I was just because if I said that, then my argument did not convey because that's not what I was saying.
Okay, so that makes way more sense. Like if I knew, obviously, like that. I mean, why would anyone ever choose the other side of that?
But that's my whole point. there are people out there that literally telling me in this chat that, oh, you're gonna take Trent Dilfer over Dan Marino. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take Trent Dilfer. Absolutely, every fucking time.
Only
You
because
know,
you know that he's gonna win.
yes, I want Super Bowls. I don't care how they come. I told you, Nick Foles' career to Dan Marino's career. Who you taking? Right? Everyone's like, you're fucking crazy. The only thing I would take would be Big Nick's dick. That's what someone said in the chat, right? Literally, someone said that.
Someone literally did say that. Yeah.
So that's insane. If you line up Dan Marino's career and you line up Nick Foles' career, and this is actually really good because Jalen Hurts is still playing, so like it works out much better for Foles and Marino. I'm taking knowing what you know right now. Like if you put those, okay, let's do it this way. You put two resumes up, A, B, no pictures, no names. You don't know anything about them, right? And they list everything. They list how many yards, how many completion percentage, how many wins, Super Bowls, MVPs, whatever. Just the whole fucking thing, the gambit. And you put those two cards in front of me. Who are you taking?
Does it say that they won a super? So it says that they won a Super
Yes.
Bowl. The other one didn't.
Yes.
I think I'm taking Marino, dude.
That's fucking insane. That's so fucking insane because you're watching
You're watching
the
greatness
sport.
all year, all
Who
for a
fucking
decade.
cares?
For a decade, you're watching.
Loser. This is the
watching-
problem with you growing up in this city. It's
You're watching
loser
a decade
behavior.
of.
Loser behavior is what it is.
Is it?
How?
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable that you
Let
can
me ask
sit
you
here
a
and
question.
tell me that you would take. I can't. That's fucking insane.
Is
It's
it?
insane.
Is
It's
it?
insane.
You? It's insane. You're literally telling me that you'd take a career bench quarterback's career over a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's literally
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yes.
Just because he was on a team that caught lightning in a bottle and won a Super Bowl.
Hey, guess what? Who has a Super Bowl? Who doesn't?
That does not make Nick Foles better than Dan Marino.
It does, and that's certain. What I deem important to me
So
is
okay, so that's fine. In your worldview, then you only care about championships. So
Yeah.
Claude Giroux is a piece of shit.
Hold on. What? All right. I'll be back.
Kenny's got dog issues. So we are going to come right back to this because this is crazy shit. This is crazy. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm fucking wrong. I don't know, but I would never pick a one time, let's call it what it is. I mean, lucky lightning in a bottle quarterback over someone who, and you insert name here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Dan Marino. It could be any other Hall of Fame quarterback. If you tell me that you could have sustained success for your team for that long, but you're never going to win, I honestly might take that over one lightning in a bottle situation where you win a Super Bowl, but all the other years your team is mid. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. I have a hard time seeing it. And I think that the problem with this argument is that like you have hindsight like working in your favor, so you know that they are going to win. And like what fan would really say no to a championship, at the end of the day? So I guess like that's the one like kind of impossible part of this argument is that like as a fan, of course I want my team to win, Of course I do. I don't want my team to be the Bills and like go to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and not win. That's terrible pain, right? But along the way, I don't know. I see Kenny's argument. I just don't think that like it's really an argument you can even like really have, I guess, because like I said, knowing that you're going to win a championship versus completely you know, if you said, I just don't think you can. I just don't think you can pick this way. I don't know. That's really all I got on that. We'll come back to it when Kenny comes back down because I have to press him on Giroux because Giroux never won a championship. So, I'm curious about that. Now, I just was perusing Twitter here for a second, and I happened to come across a picture of Schwarber's party, his Schwarber's like block party thing that he does with where they raise the funds and stuff like that. It was at Yards, and I'm looking at the photo and I see a lot of dudes, a lot of Phillies guys. See Kevin Long back there. Everybody wants him fired. See Weston Wilson. Not sure why he's still on the team. But I see a lot of guys here holding beers, and posing for the camera, at the function and everything. But who's not there? I don't see Bryce Harper. I don't see Bryce Harper in this photo. And that is a curious situation to me. I don't know why he's not there. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he had something else going on. I don't know. But he's not there. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I was looking at they just posted a picture of Schwarber's block party thing there.
Yeah, Harper not there?
Yeah, Harper's not there. So
happening.
What's happening?
This dismantling of the team.
Stop it. So anyway, so you would not pick Claude Giroux then, right? Clearly, you would clearly not.
Over what? What is my option?
Okay, do you want me to go find some scrub ass hockey player that won a Stanley Cup?
I know, and I knew that was coming. Like that was, kind of my thought process. It's hard, especially in hockey, because there's 4 lines. You got goons running all over the place. You know what I mean? Like
scrub. By the way, scrub ass is very aggressive. Nick Foles is not a scrub ass player, so let me just say that right now. But anyway, continue.
I think hockey's hard, and I don't know. So what I'm trying to say to you and anyone really, we're looking at like the quarterback position. So it's much different than to just say, like, yeah, you're talking about like Anze Kopitar or Claude Giroux. Anze Kopitar, he's a winner. Claude Giroux's a loser. That's the way it works. Brad Marchand, winner. And then Claude Giroux. Is Brad Marchand a better hockey player than Giroux? Probably not. I don't think so. If you line them up, you know what I mean? For shot, I don't think so. But I would take Brad Marchand over Claude Giroux. So there's levels to it.
So would Marchand rank above Giroux then?
I think he has to. He's got 2 Stanley Cups. He's still fucking doing it.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, statistically, does he?
Oh, I don't think it's close. I think Giroux probably, stat-wise, straight down the board, is probably better besides Pims.
Right, so, like, when you rank them,
I'm taking the winner. That's my whole thing. I want the winner. I want the cup. I want the world. I want the trophies. Because at the end of the day, what argument can you bring to the barbecue with Dan Marino? Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got some records here and there. You know what argument I can do? I can put Big Dick's Nick right on the fucking picnic table in the barbecue sauce and say, I got a Super Bowl in this motherfucker. I'm just saying, those things matter to me more. And it doesn't have to align with everyone else's thought process. But I would argue there's got to be more of me than there's got to be more of you. And I'm not so sure you're 100% sold on your own opinion. But I know there's more of me.
I talked it out by myself when you were gone. But, like, by
the way,
yeah,
this fucking dog. So she got spayed. And she's had wicked diarrhea, right? And I'm like, something's not right. She should not have this much diarrhea. And then this morning I go to Christy because we have these like poppet bones. You know what I'm talking about? They're nylon bones. You put treats in the middle. I was like, dude, the whole fucking middle insert's missing. She must have ate it.
Oh my God.
But I didn't put 2 and 2 together, right? You know what I mean? So I went upstairs, got the throw up cleaned up. And the insert threw up, and then like a giant chunk of nylon bone. And I was like, well, this has been our problem because we thought the surgery went bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, clearly that's been the issue.
Yeah, like, and she's like, well, that caused diarrhea. I'm like, yeah, that will cause murderous diarrhea. So anyway, so that's what that was. What were you talked it out yourself? Go
Yeah, I
on.
just think it's a hard argument to make. Like, obviously, as a fan of any team, you want your team to win. You want your team to win championships.
Because like how pitiful.
What else?
How pitiful.
What else? What's the point of being a fan? The point of
That's
being a
my
fan
point.
is
Yeah, like
to.
how pitiful to be like, but he's in the Hall of Fame and he threw for 30 touchdowns this one
I know
year.
that's why, but that's why I think the argument is kind of like you can't really have that argument because like asking a fan to pick a championship over not a championship. That's what that argument is at the end of the day. Kenny's cell phone or Kenny's reception again is in the tank. Kenny's on a night. Kenny's having a night, dude.
Oh no.
He literally went off and came back. Like, look at this. Look, what is going on with this guy? Are you here? Are you here? Can you hear me?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically the choice is: do you want to win or no? You can't make that pick.
I can. I want a winner every time. I want a fucking winner.
No, that's what my point is. So like, you can't. It's not really an argument.
If you look back at like Claude Giroux's career, and this is his biggest knock, like if you pulled away Claude Giroux again, if you just put the random silhouette of the hockey player on the top, and you put his stats, you're like, this guy's a Hall of Famer, right? But he's missing that glaring thing. He never really elevated the Flyers. He elevated them like that Yager year, but Yager elevated Giroux. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to me, like I love Giroux. I'm the biggest Giroux fan there is, but he's a fucking loser. At the end of the day, he's a fucking loser. He is.
Well,
And again, there's blurred lines in your argument because like even though not your argument, like my argument, but like even though Carson Wentz is a Super Bowl champion, like no one's dealing with that fucking guy, right? Because he's a fucking giant child.
well,
like,
because
so
of what we know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And like the more and more these guys talk about it, oh god, comes in that you heard that right? The Darren Sproles podcast got bigger.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
Fucking this guy comes in. I'm not running the same offense as Nick Foles, and Doug Peterson's like, yes, my ginger Jesus. No wonder he's not a good head coach.
Yeah, that's weird. But he wouldn't stand up to Carson Wentz, but he stood up to Howie.
Jeff Lurie and Howie.
What?
Fuck out of here.
That's fucking weird, man. I guess what I'm saying is, like, you can't. It's almost like an argument you can't have because you're gonna pick championships.
You can't have it.
But you're gonna pick champion. Like, no one's gonna not pick championships.
Okay, so but like, where was this energy when I was texting it? That's what I'm saying.
Because my angle was not. My angle was you don't know about the Super Bowl win. Like, my argument was, if you go into it and you have a guy who, like mine was all theoretical. Like, if you knew that Nick Foles was capable of maybe catching lightning in a bottle versus you have Dan Marino, who is going to be around for a decade and make your team good, which guy would you pick? That was my thing.
Don't you think it's a little disrespectful to say that Nick Foles caught lightning in a bottle when he was?
It's 100% what happened. He wasn't even the starter.
But he was elite, all playoff.
He was elite for 3 games.
All playoff.
And then it never happened again. Well, that's the definition of lightning in a bottle.
But who are you to say it never happened again?
It never happened again.
I can't. I wanted to try to stretch that as long as I could. I can't. I don't know. I just think that, like, I know it is lightning in the bottle, but it feels disrespectful because, like, he really did play a fucking hell.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It was like he was like fucking a man possessed by God on the field.
I'm telling you, Jesus came down and tickled his big.
That's what it looked like. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I just
I struggle. I still think that, like, I just think that because us fans, we don't have anything outside of like. Do you guys remember how miserable it was? You have no Super Bowls. You guys are fucking losers. You guys keep the fucking pigeons, the cook, and then like we finally have a taste of success, and then people are trying to tell me that they would take Dan Marino's career over Super Bowls. Like it's fucking insane to me.
I knew that.
But
I knew that's how you're gonna take it.
What is that?
I knew that's how you're gonna take it. Like, oh, we finally won, so now it's not that special or whatever. So now you're willing to give it up. That's not what I'm saying.
I can't imagine. Like I never want to. And we never will, right?
All right, let's change the argument. Would you? I mean, I guess I already know the answer, but like, would you rather win one Stanley Cup? No, Stanley Cup's bad because we don't have any. Would you rather win one Super Bowl and have 19 other years of mid football? You're 7-8. You're 8-7. You're not making the playoffs. You're scraping the barrel. Or would you rather have 20 years of a playoff football team? What would you pick?
The Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
I would never pick the Super Bowl. I wouldn't.
Okay, here's what I'm telling you. That'd be Super Bowl number 3.
See, but
I already endured.
You're already taking it out of context.
Oh, shut up!
But this is why I didn't use Stanley Cup because we don't have one.
Yeah.
In our life.
I already endured 10 to 12 years of Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb fucking it up. So what's another fucking 8 years? You know what I mean? And honestly,
you don't.
And this is a terrible argument for you because you know me well enough to know that like, okay, so if the Eagles fucking suck, I get my Sundays back.
No, you have to watch.
No. Now you're just pulling rabbits out of hats, bro. That's not how this type of.
But yeah, but Steve, that's how you're rationalizing your choice, though. You're rationalizing your choice because,
my choice.
Like, well, yeah, but because I'll watch them in the year that they're good, and when they win the Super Bowl, and then when they suck, I'll just watch them whenever I want to.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I will watch every season with the hope of a Super Bowl championship, and then when they're sitting at like, I don't know what's a record like, when you start getting real fucking down on it when they're like 1-6, you're like I'm fucking out.
6-9.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, 3 Super Bowls.
I just don't think for me like it doesn't.
We sat through a whole decade of terrible Phillies baseball. I mean, the worst.
Exactly. It was horrible.
We're doing it right now again with the Flyers. We're halfway to your decade. I mean, you said 20 years, but
and it's horrible. Why would anyone pick this?
Sixers since 2001. That's 20 years, dude. 20.
Yeah, it's more than 20.
24.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
1-5. And it's horrible.
So like I've already done it. I've already seen it. I've already lived it.
But my point is it's not worth one championship. That's my point.
If the Eagles could
if the Sixers for some reason put things together next year and win a championship, was it all worth it the last 25 years? No.
It's like the one sport that I could give two.
I know. So like I know using that as a bad example, but like,
And it's not even that like everyone's like, oh, you just don't like basketball. I love basketball. I like watching basketball. I just hate
You do. You were literally texting us about the fucking game. Was it game 1 where they came back?
That was electric. I hate bad basketball. I mean, bad basketball is bad basketball. And the last 5 years, it's been overall bad basketball because of the three-pointer. Yeah. Adam Silver kind of lost the way of the league, and we could dissect this a whole podcast, worth of like why Adam Silver's a vampire. So yeah, I struggle with that. Honestly, and I told you this last year, I think, and even this year, and probably for the last 5 years, if the Sixers win a championship, it will be meaningless. It just doesn't matter to me because they have burnt us so fucking bad. You know what I mean? Just so asinine bad.
Right. So take that and think about what I said. You would have 19 years of disgust for the Eagles, and then suddenly they win a championship, and you're going to be like, yes, it was all worth it.
bad football is still enjoyable to watch.
No, it's not.
You think bad football is worse than bad basketball?
Well, no,
Shit.
because there's less
Dude,
games, so it's not as bad
even
because there's.
bad even bad hockey is enjoy. You can enjoy it
Yeah, I can
because the
watch.
other
I
team
can
just be
watch.
yeah. Because the other
Yeah.
team just be fucking weaving around like Connor McDavid on cocaine. So like the argument doesn't stand true. And bad baseball is unwatchable. I mean, it's the
It's really
worst
hard.
sport
It's really
out of
hard.
all. Can't do it. I went to an Orioles Houston Astros game.
How was
One
that?
of the worst. I mean, Camden Yards is cool, but like one of the worst experiences of my entire life.
Wait, was it
Not
back when they
having
were both bad?
maybe Houston was good. The Orioles have been bad forever.
No, Houston's been good forever, so you know.
It had to be. I don't know when did I meet that Taylor chick?
Yeah, that was probably like what
16, 17?
8 years ago.
Oh no, we won the Super Bowl and I was with Taylor. So 17, 18.
Yeah,
I was only with her for a year.
I was
So
right. 8 years ago.
yeah. So yeah, Orioles were bad. Houston was good, and it was just baseball with no rooting interest. Now I think if it's like Yankees Red Sox, you could probably get into it, or Yankees Mets. Like
Oh
you're getting
yeah,
into it.
I could do that. Yeah, for sure.
For sure, dude. I'm an Aaron Judge fan. I don't even want to. I don't even want to fucking say it out loud. I fucking love the man,
Listen, if you hate Aaron Judge, you're just hating. You know.
bro. He is what 6'2", just jacked, and he's hitting 425 home runs. That is some ludicrous shit.
He's
That's
led the
ludicrous.
he's led the AL in OPS 3 of the last 4
And
years.
fucking Juan Soto said, "Fuck the Yankees. I'm gonna go to the Mets." Idiot.
What an idiot!
Actually, someone at work said something to me today, and it really broke me a little bit today. I've honestly been thinking about it all day. And he's an older guy. He's actually the like accountant, like the accountant manager for the whole entire Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
He happened to be there today,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "It just shows you how piss poor not getting Juan Soto was for the Phillies." And I was like, "But he fixes everything. He's in right field, Nick's in left. We can deal with the center field. That's bleh. He's power bat. He protects Bryce Harper. We have nothing. That's the problem with the Phillies.
His his defense is really bad.
Bro,
It is. It
it
just
can't
is.
be any fucking worse than what I have to watch.
What does it fix? What is it? What does he fix?
He protects Bryce Harper or Kyle, whoever however you want to see it.
Just because
Bro,
like you can't pitch around him?
no, exactly right. It
Okay.
opens up the whole entire thing. I mean, that makes your whole lineup 1 through 4, like
Yeah.
who you avoiding. But that's the problem with the Phillies. They 5 through 9 are pitiful fucking pieces of shit outside of Castellanos. And if you look at his what's that chart that I keep seeing floating around? You know what I'm talking about with all the bars of the colors on it? It's like
You
it's
have to
like
be a little
red. It's like red and blue. And it's like almost like a war chart.
Of who?
Well, this one's Nick Castellanos, and so that's kind of my point. I'm not sure. Like, if you looked at Nick Castellanos, I think he's been fine. I mean, I think he's a solid player, but he's not very. I can't. He's hard for me, man. He's very difficult. But outside of Castellanos, are you scared of Castellanos? Like, if you're a pitcher,
No.
okay. So you're not scared of the Phillies. Well, they got more fucking people you're not scared of than the other way around. Like if you had
Honestly,
Turner,
honestly, you should be more afraid of Bohm than you should be afraid of Castellanos.
and I think a chart I'm talking about. If I were to show you the
No,
little
no, I know exactly what it is.
the silhouette of the baseball guys in the top left corner of the black silhouette, and then it's got indication of where he would rank versus
Yeah.
Aaron Judge or whoever, you know what I mean? And they show
Yeah,
anyway.
the percentile rankings.
Yeah. So, I mean, so what? It's Turner, Harper, Schwarber, and Harper's having a down year because his wrists are made of glass.
I'm gonna send you one. I'm gonna send you one, and then you tell me who you think it is. Unless you already know.
I probably don't.
I'm gonna text it to you. So,
But
yeah.
I think with Juan, and the problem is Stott was a failed experiment at leadoff, and we talked about this earlier. Do I think Stott might be able to figure out Yeah, but I mean, 2 years is, one more year of what he's doing this year. You can say he's that player. Agreed.
Yeah, so we can talk about ceilings because we actually had an interesting convo today, and we were like wondering, like, did you get that text? Who do you think it is?
Yeah.
So the text I sent Kenny,
Yeah, this is the chart I was talking about, by the way.
um, you know,
What the fuck is LA sweet spot?
launch angle.
Oh God. See, this is too nerdy.
So like premium launch angle, bat speed, chase percentage, which the lower the number there, the worse you are at chasing. That means you chase a lot. Whiff percentage, how many times you swing and miss. K percentage, obvious, how many times you strike out.
Well, the best part about this chart is it's color coded, so it makes it pretty easy.
For sure. Lots of blue on that chart.
This has got to be Castellanos.
Outs above average, -7. That's in the first percentile of bad in the league.
Yeah, who is this?
That's Castellanos.
Yeah, and
Like, listen, stats aren't everything. I like Nick. I think he's a good teammate, like good player for the team.
no, but like here's the thing. Like,
But he's not scary. He's not a scary player.
he's the type of guy you need on your team.
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't get rid of him. I
But
would.
they don't need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those guys on the team, and that's exactly what they have right now.
Yes.
So Turner, I think everyone should have just shut the fuck up about Turner, and I think maybe it's because I really do like Turner a lot. I've always liked Turner, so like Turner is a really good player. Sure, his fielding could do work, but he's only got 5 errors this year. That's pretty good for his trajectory. And then it's Schwarber, who honestly is having another kind of shitty batting average year,
Yeah, but like that's what he is, though.
No, I know. Well, last year was the outlier, right?
Yeah. Like what do you like? It's with Schwarber. It's like, what do you want? What do you want from him?
You're paying for 40. You're paying for 40 to 50 home runs.
Yeah, you want a lot of red. Guess what you got on? What you got from Schwarber? A lot of fucking red.
Tons of red. Yeah, no, I know. So I guess my point is that they got a lot of Nick Castellanos and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And like look at the '08 team that won it. Pedro Feliz, trash, but he had a game-winning RBI, right? That won the World Series for them.
Yeah.
Outside of those, like, that right side of the infield, I mean, I'm not sure who else they had. I guess, was Pat Burrell good? I always struggle with that.
I liked him. I liked him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Pat Burrell, he was not a Schwarber because, I mean, he didn't have that kind of power, but he hit like 30 homers, and
Right. Entertain me real quick. Can we just do this real quick?
yeah, what do you want?
Carlos Ruiz. Really bad hitting catcher.
What do you
Really
want to
good
do?
defensive catcher.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out the team, right? So I would put Cooch in kind of the bad category, the Nick category, we'll call it.
Chooch. Don't call him Cooch.
Cooch, Chooch. What was this thing? What were those? Cooch balls?
Cooch, yeah.
Remember Cooch ball?
Cooch ball, yeah.
All right, so then Ryan Howard, obviously elite. Second base, Chase Utley. Shortstop.
Elite. Chase Utley was elite.
Yeah, Jimmy Rollins, he's good, gradish, not elite.
He was elite. You're disrespecting. You're disrespecting Jimmy Rollins.
But overall, career-wise, I mean, that '08 season, absolutely. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not going to semantics here, right? Okay. And then Pedro Feliz, trash.
I mean, he won an MVP. Chase Utley didn't.
Yeah, but did Chase Utley, you are the man.
Okay.
No, I hear you. That feels more like. I think I know. I struggle with Rollins. All right. Anyway, so
a lot of people do. You're not alone there.
Yeah, because I just feel like his overall baseball resume is not that great. I think. Oh, if you want to say catch lightning in a bottle.
I don't know, man.
And then Shane Victorino, Pat Burrell, like good,
solid.
Yeah,
Shane Victorino that year was elite.
And that's what. Okay, so you're just walking right into my spider web. And then you had Jason Worth, who that year also played like elite baseball.
Yes.
So the Phillies that year had all these guys that could argue here and there that okay, not they were just good players, right? And the Phillies right now have a lot of just good players, but none of those secondary players are taking the leap that all the other Phillies did that year. They even got contributions from Jeff Jenkins. They got contributions from Matt Stairs, Greg Dobbs. Like everyone played above their level.
Yep.
The Phillies have so many players playing below their potential, below their level, and you're never gonna be able to win. You need one of those guys to like have an elite season. Like you need Bohm to have 100 RBIs, 30 home runs. You know what I mean? On base percentage. You know, just you need someone to elevate it, and they have are the same 3 fucking dildos with one of them on IL. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, JT Realmuto's starting to hit a little bit, but he's fucking washed.
I think what you need to do is inject some power into the lineup. You need to.
100%. Juan Soto. Secondly, the team that went to the World Series, though, Dave, if you look at that 22 team, all those guys played up so much fucking better. So much better.
Well, that season will forever haunt us.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It happened too early, in my opinion.
That season will forever haunt us, man.
Like if they had that season and then they kind of just sucked cock, like say that was like say it like reversed.
You know? The problem with that season was that like they had a good like thing going, but none of them like were. I wouldn't like. How many of those guys would you say were elite? 2.
Well, listen, they should have won that world, and I don't like doing that.
I know.
But they are one cancer boy play away from busting that game open, and one Chaz McCormick get the fuck out of here, Chaz McCormick, the pride of Westchester. Are you kidding me, Jack Fritz? You friends with him?
Yeah, stop calling him Pride of Westchester.
Someone's got to be it. If those 2 plays don't happen, that World Series is totally different.
Nobody on that team above 286.
What, on that 22 team?
Yep.
But they also had the dominant bullpen, man. They had Sir Anthony was fucking sleeping people.
Yeah.
Soto was pitching pretty good. Alvarado, he was great. I don't know. Alvarado really buzzed this fucking team up this year.
Corey Knebel.
Fuck, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what was that team? So let me
Kyle
see if
Gibson, Gibby.
Yeah, he was an innings eater. He started though, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a starter.
Like in the World Series?
Did he play in the playoffs? He might have.
I thought he did. I could be wrong.
I don't think he did.
Who was that team? Can you give me the whole team, like position player? JT, who was first? Hoskins?
Yeah, so JT Reese, Gene Segura.
Okay.
Bryson Stott, Alec
That's
Bohm,
crazy. Okay.
Kyle Schwarber,
Left.
Matt Vierling, Nick Castellanos, Bryce Harper.
And then Harper was DH.
Yep.
So this is where I kind of feel like the Phillies kind of fucked up. Was like
and they also had Brandon Marsh. Obviously, Brandon Marsh was a pretty significant center fielder for them there too.
I'd rather have Logan O'Hoppe, but what do I know? You know, the Matt Vierling trade kind of hurts them, I think, a little bit because I think he's playing pretty good in Detroit. And I know everyone's going to be like, but the Cody Clemens trade feels like a mistake. And I know he's a lefty, and I know there's some, like, strategy with lefty, righty up my ass. I don't fucking know. But, like, I sure as hell would like to see Cody Clemens playing.
Losing Cody Clemens was not great. It was not great.
And what did we get? Like cash considerations?
It wasn't. It was. They kind of just moved on, didn't they? Did they cut him?
No, they traded him. I thought. No, you're right. They did DFA him, didn't they?
I think he was DFA, dude.
I mean, that makes it even fucking worse. Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm trying to look it
Oh,
up,
and
but
that Moulton guy, Nick Moulton, right? He was on that World Series team.
was he DFA'd? Did you find it?
No, I was thinking about the other guy. Oh, I think my phone might be officially cooked.
Cooked. What happened?
I'm on a fast charge for the last hour, and it's still at 21%.
Purchased by the Minnesota Twins from the Phillies. So that means he was probably DFA, and then the waiver situation or whatever. There's no player. So yeah,
Yeah, they got cash considerations.
yeah. I don't know.
I struggle with Dabrowski because, like, I mean, he got us. What's his face? Luzardo.
Luzardo's solid. He's a solid player.
I know, but he just like what he looked at that outfield and said they're good.
I don't understand. I don't for the life of. Well, you got Kepler too. He thought that was going to be an answer, but it doesn't really seem like it's working out to be that way.
So what's crazy about him is he'll go. First off, he's been in the MLB for a decade, and he's been fucking great for a decade. And he comes here. And, well, last year he stunk too.
But you know what this is? Kepler is this year's Austin Hayes.
Well, that's what I think Joe DeCamera said today, and it's true. It sucks to even think about that. That guy fucking stunk.
But that's what's ended up happening.
Yeah, it's back-to-back gambles that just didn't fucking work. And that's why, like, when they're like, "Oh, they traded for all-star left field Austin Hayes," I'm like, Nick Castellanos was an all-star.
I don't know what we thought we were going to get out of Kepler. He's a career like 230 hitter. I don't know, like something like that.
He'll go 10 games and he'll be on a 10 game. He'll be on the 10-game heater right now, and then he'll go 20 games where you're like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
Well,
But
it doesn't help. It doesn't help that never in his career he's basically had like around like 500 plate appearances.
Well, and I think what you always like to say is like, what's the back of the baseball card say? We need people to play above their baseball card once in a fucking while.
Yeah, yeah. And
no one.
And looking at the team right now, like if we had to make picks, like obviously June, it sounds crazy, but it's not early, but it's early-ish. Like some of these guys can still turn it around. Obviously, Stock can still have a good year, but there's no writing on the wall that says it's going to happen.
He's starting to get the Bohm disease.
Bohm looks like he might have a breakout season.
What do we do with Bohm?
I don't know. He's got one more year of arbitration and then he's UFA.
Are we putting too much at stake that he cries?
Maybe.
It's annoying. I fucking hate it. Like, like I'm not saying it's not annoying, but like doesn't matter.
Is it that annoying? Right. Like what? So I was just looking. Man. So I looked up Castellanos, right? And I looked up. I think Bohm is actually one of the best. Like he's ranking pretty good. When it comes to stuff, he doesn't walk, which is because he doesn't take enough pitches.
Well, that's the argument, and I forget who it was. It might have been. Does Chris Wheeler still fucking speak for the Phillies?
He's around. They mention him sometimes on the broadcast.
I don't know. It was someone on the radio, and it wasn't the normal guy.
Okay.
He just basically was like, he thinks that the first pitch is going to be the best pitch, and then he's like, and sometimes it is the best pitch, but like,
was it
you don't
Kevin
have to swing
Stocker?
it. Maybe, I don't know. He's like, you don't have to swing at every single first pitch. Like, you're allowed to look at them.
Right.
Some of those pitchers are dog shit, and they are. And if you're a fucking, if you're a pitching coach, you know that, right? You're like, just throw him something that looks good. He'll swing.
Oh yeah, they have all these stats, But if I told you, that really getting rid of Bohm is probably would be extremely detrimental to this team. Like, would you believe me or would you agree?
Yeah, I think I know that.
Yeah, because in the past 4 years, and I know averages and everything, but it's just easy to talk about. We could talk about OPS if that makes everybody feel better. But, OPS 713. So 2022, right? He batted 280, 713. 2023, 274, 764. 2024, 280, 780. 2025, 283, 717. Like that's consistency. He's a solid MLB player. He's batting 280 for 4 years in a row.
Yeah, but what I don't.
I don't know what, like we're focusing on the wrong guy. Like the bottom line is we need Bryce to be healthy and produce. We need a real center fielder and we need a real left fielder. Those are the two glaring issues on this team.
Well, and bullpen.
You can survive with the bullpen because the starters are so good.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like it.
I know, I hear you, but like I think so. If I'm Dombrowski at the deadline and I'm trying to find a splash, like I've been looking around at like some of the rosters and trying to see like, who would even be available or whatever, and it's like I don't know, like it's hard to find. It's hard to find that guy,
Well,
But the A's have a couple, and I would be calling them. I would be calling the A's.
Well, I was just thinking the other thing too. This today was that like I don't think they can move on from Ranger Suarez.
Well, with the injuries and you're that if you deal Ranger, then you're really banking on Abel and Painter to like actually like happen.
I don't think Painter's coming up and doing much.
Don't know.
His ERA in the AAA is 5.85, and he just got shelled last night.
Yeah. Now I heard that they have him working on things.
Okay, well, work on getting strikeouts and getting up to the majors.
No, like I mean, like they're forcing him to develop pitches regardless of how many runs he gives up.
Okay.
And what I have to just believe that, right?
And here's a solution for you.
Here's a guy that I would go after. Hold on, let me mention this. I would go after Lawrence Butler. He's an A. He's got speed. He's big. He's 6'3". He's a local guy. He's from Burlington.
Burlington.
He's batting 264. He's a good all around player. He's got 22 doubles. 26 stolen bases. Like this guy, like he's a ball left field. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm calling them and I'm talking to him.
Coffee to get him too.
I'm talking to him about him because I'm interested, But anyway, what were you going to say?
I think so like everyone's like, "Oh, you can't put Ranger Suarez in the bullpen because he's, he needs a contract or whatever." But I think what you can do is put Ranger Suarez in the bullpen in the postseason with no issue at all.
Well, he's done it before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I don't think that hurts his value in any way.
No, but he's going to have to be a starter through the season, though.
And that's fine. That's fucking fine.
They're probably going to need him because honestly, this Nola thing feels like it's going to be a lingerer.
Dave, what are you going to get for Ranger Suarez? Because you can only trade him to a contender, so that leaves out half the league. And do you think that a contender has enough relief pitcher to send one back for Ranger Suarez? I think no. Do you think a contender is going to lose their starting left fielder for Ranger Suarez because they deem they need more starting pitcher? I would say no.
So, yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm just, when you look at the Phillies and you try to think of the assets that they have available, who do you ship? No one's going to want Kepler. Somebody might want to take a shot on Marsh, maybe.
Yeah, like a team out of contention is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like what if you shipped Rojas? What if you shipped Rojas and Marsh to fucking Oakland or wherever they play?
Yeah, go rot over there, you fucking
Wherever they play, I don't know where the fuck they play.
Sacramento.
Sacramento, but they're moving to Nevada. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see though as it starts to heat up, and we're gonna start hearing more about it here soon.
And it's so funny to me because like I look at like the Matt Stairs trade and I'm like, that is a perfect deadline trade. Just a phenomenal deadline trade by Ruben.
Absolutely, great move. And I know nobody loves to give Ruben his flowers, but that was a move.
So do you think that Ruben? What I find weird about Ruben Amaro, right? Stay with me when I get to this.
Okay.
Not a great MLB player, right?
No,
Not good.
no.
Okay. And then
I mean, average at best, right?
yeah, he becomes the Phillies GM. Eh.
What about it?
Was he the GM in '08 or was it Pat Gillick?
He had one season where he was like decent in the MLB.
Jake in Town kid. But anyway, so he goes from GM to the Phillies to third base coach of the Red Sox
Okay.
to WIP, you know, guest host or guest, regular, and then and broadcast booth. It's just a weird career. Like there was no other GM jobs, or did he GM himself out of the GM?
So he came in '09. So like he came in after the World Series. So
Yeah, I thought so because Pat Gillick made the trade, right?
he inherited the World Series team. So that's what when you said the Matt Stairs thing, I didn't think that he was involved, and he wasn't. He wasn't. I looked it up. So he was involved starting in 2009.
And he put together one of the best teams the Phillies have ever had in 2011.
Yeah.
But can you pull up that team?
011.
011.
011. So the trade, I was just looking to see, like, check out the trade deadline too. The trade deadline doesn't happen until July 31st. So there's like a lot of time
Yeah.
for that to settle. And teams for some reason don't really make moves like until the trade deadline. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing.
Nah, it makes sense. Because you don't know if you're going to be in it or not.
Yeah, it's like a whole month and a half away. So yeah, what do you want to know about the 11 team?
I don't really care. I guess give me the whole roster. Fuck it. Fuck this podcast. I want to know.
So it was still Chooch. It was still Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins.
Okay.
Polanco was the third baseman.
Placido?
Yeah, big head.
No fucking way. I would have thought Placido was like 05, 06 here.
Placido Polanco.
27. Okay, third base.
Raul Ibanez.
Left field, 29.
Shane Victorino.
8.
And Hunter Pence.
Oh, fucking Hunter Pence.
And Hunter Pence was actually a solid player.
He was. I got his jersey, and then they traded him.
Yeah, he was a solid player. He batted .324 that year.
All right, who were the starters?
So the starters were obviously Roy.
Yep.
Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels, Roy Oswalt.
Oh, that was that year?
And Kyle Kendrick. Joe Blanton was still around. Vance Worley had a couple starts. Actually, he had a lot of starts, 24.
The fucking Cardinals always had the Phillies numbers, except for that year we went to the World Series.
That was back when pitchers still hit. It's kind of funny.
Actually, that's actually nuts to think about out loud.
Roy Halladay had 8 complete games. Cliff Lee had 6 complete games, all shutouts.
What happened to him? He just kind of disappeared, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like he ended his career with Philly.
Did he?
Yeah, he was in the league for 12 years, 13 years.
Was he on the Indians?
He was. That's where he
Yeah.
started.
Yep.
Yep, that's where he started.
And then look, we got him, and then we let him go, and then he came back. Right?
Correct.
Seattle.
Yes. Seattle and Texas.
Texas.
And then he came back in 11.
And then what? He retired in what? 12.
He played 11, 12, 13, 14.
And he just said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, 2014 he only had 13 starts.
Did he get injured or
So
something?
I think he did.
Okay.
That's hard to
So how
remember.
long was he at Philly for?
Because that was when they were bad.
Yeah.
So if you count, so he was at Philly in 2009. The year so he was brought in by Ruben, and then, but I think that was a trade deadline acquisition. Was it? Yeah,
No, I don't
yeah, I think it
remember.
was. I think it was a trade deadline acquisition, but they didn't re-sign him, so it was like a borrow. And then he left, and then he ended up coming back in 2011 and was here for 4 years.
So 5-year career. Well, 4.5.
Yep.
Huh.
He won the Cy Young in 2008 with the Indians.
Yeah, I remember he was really good over there.
Yep.
How long was Roy here for?
Dude, Cliff Lee was so fucking good, man. Just dominant.
That's when baseball was at its best. Pitchers going fucking 110 pitches.
Yeah, just like
just fucking complete games.
Yeah, complete games everywhere.
Now these pitchers are getting fucking, oh, my arm hurts after 4 innings.
Hey, I know. Halliday, when did Halliday come here?
09.
09, I think. So it's another one. I'm trying to find it. I think it was 09. He came from the Blue Jays, and I know
Yeah.
I can't, the website won't load, but I remember it. So he came from the Blue Jays, and he was part of the trade. Because they traded that prospect,
Dover.
Draybeck,
Yeah.
and Travis d'Arnaud.
Yeah, it worked out. Travis d'Arnaud's okay.
Yeah. And yeah, he I don't remember how long he was here though. So he came in 09, and then I guess he
I
left.
can't believe he died.
Yeah, plain.
Cocky.
I guess. I don't know. It was a weird situation.
And they said he was doing like tricks and shit.
Yeah, I remember the plane like went straight down into the ground.
It's a good pitcher, terrible pilot.
That's a weird situation.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it
What
was
could
good.
have been?
It was 2011 is what's worse, 2011 or 2022?
22.
Is that recency bias?
Probably.
That
Although I do
11 team was better.
For sure. But again, a lot of players in 22 played over their baseball card, which we haven't had since. 11, I was in Pittsburgh. I was out on South Side. And I remember I watched that fucking play. I saw the sniper shoot out Ryan Howard's Achilles.
I'll never forget it.
Crying.
I will never forget it.
Fucking just started. I got hammered. My girlfriend at the time fucking hated me that night.
Yeah. We had Roy Halladay for 4 years.
How long did he pitch for?
16 years.
Holy shit. He was a Blue Jay for that long?
Yeah, dude. He was a Blue Jay from 98 to 2009.
Could you imagine being a Blue Jay knowing that you're never going to do shit in the division because the Yankees and the Red Sox just fought for 10, 15 years?
Yeah. Yeah, 12 years at the Blue Jays.
12 pitiful, meaningless fucking years.
12 years. Yep.
12 years a slave. You know what I mean?
12 years and he won a Cy Young while he was there.
Has anyone ever won a Cy Young in the AL and the NL?
Roy Halladay.
Yeah, I thought so.
He won one with us the first year he was here.
You know, that's the problem with these fucking people that get in helicopters, Kobe. What are you guys doing?
Brianna the other day, she asked me. She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "We were watching TV." She's like, "Oh man, it would be really fun to go on a helicopter ride, do sightseeing." I was like, "I don't know if I want to get into a helicopter."
I will never. You'll never find my ass on a helicopter. Absolutely not. Too much can go wrong.
That's what I said, and I was like,
Shit, you could have a DEI hire fucking flying your helicopter, smash that fucker up.
"Oh, you're going this is off the rails now. We need to call. We need to cut it." Oh man, what did Anthony send me?
My brother?
Your brother texted me.
Oh, he's always
Oh,
done.
look, he's commenting again, and I can't see it. We have an issue here with our platform.
Oh, he's. What do you guys think about them Kansas City Royals this year? You're gonna ignore my comments for the fifth show in a row.
You need to, I'm telling him you need to use YouTube.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
He's got like all these fucking comments. What did he say? He said, "What do you think about the Kansas City Royals? Top 2
Bobby
in
Witt.
saves, top 3 in quality starts, top 5 in ERA. Earth to fry." Anthony, I'm sorry, Anthony. You're probably not there now because you probably gave up, but that's okay. Go watch on YouTube next time, or fucking Twitter, whatever.
He gave you stat line too, and you ignored him. Dude, my brother's a doofus.
That's funny.
Shit.
That's funny.
God
All
damn,
right.
that's fucking funny.
All right, so we're let's see, when are we going to be back, Kenny? I don't know. We kind of just like, figure it out as we go through, especially through the summer, because like, we're busy and we got fucking vacations and whatever.
I
But
graduated high school 17 years ago today.
17 years ago today. How do you know it was today?
Yeah. Well, probably not good for my marriage, but my girlfriend when I graduated high school was born on June 11th, and so I knew it was.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Got
We
it.
graduated on June 11th.
So it's an easy thing
So-
to remember that way. I got you.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
17 years, man. I'm fucking washed.
25 years for me.
Probably 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I was in pretty good shape when I was coming out of high school.
I would argue almost would have to be 100 pounds. Have to be.
No, it wasn't 100 pounds for me.
I think it gotta be.
I was probably like 260, but I was lifting a lot back then, so 6'1", 260, not that bad.
Might jump on the old Wegovy train. You guys might see me in December. Maybe fucking 3 pounds.
Are you gonna do it?
Everything's open, buddy.
That stuff makes me nervous, man.
I don't give a fuck. Kill me. Jesus, take the wheel.
All right. Well, we will be back maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Just you never know. But stay tuned. We'll be around. I'm trying to figure out the fucking podcast situation since Spotify like fucking ripped my account out. We have like all of our episodes are gone. I have them. I'm working on like replenishing that. So
Did you see what he said?
No, what he said?
He said his nasty bad girlfriend, and then the next thing says Mimi Taphorn McCann is watching.
Oh my god. He's still commenting on the Facebook thread, so he's still watching.
Yeah, of course he is. You know what's crazy is that my nephew started a job today at Vinny's Pizzeria too.
Wild.
Right?
Hell yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I'm fucking old. That's what the problem is. I'm old.
You me both. Let's see. He's still watching. We got all these comments.
Do you ever think that you're halfway through your life?
I don't like thinking about that stuff. I don't like thinking about that stuff.
I know. I did think about it the other day. Like, what is a good number? Like, I got to get the 81. If I can get the 81, I feel like I did good.
I you know,
But if you're a betting man, bet the under.
I hate thinking about death and
I
like
hate it so much. It's my biggest fear, which is so fucking loserish. Because like,
it's the worst. You have
it's
no
the worst
control.
fear, man. No control.
Well, some, I
You
guess.
know what I was thinking the other
Not
day?
really. Not really. You actually no. You don't.
No, you have zero control. You remember my toenail saga?
Oh yeah.
Another layer fell off today, so it's like completely raw. And I'm thinking to myself, if this was what fucking, I don't know, 1930s, I could have died from this motherfucker.
You guys should see Kenny's toe. It's fucking.
Oh, it's foul. It's the nastiest thing that's ever happened to me.
If we tweet that, we might lose followers. I don't know.
Ugh, it's
All right.
tough.
We
How
need
do
to
you
hang.
think I feel,
We need to hang this thing up.
bro. I've been injured since January. I watched the film again. I've been injured since January 15th.
That fall was rough.
Some way or somehow I have been injured. It's been my knee for 6.5 months. I tweaked my back the day of the Super Bowl. That took a month. I blew my shoulder out carrying the puppy that ran upstairs in the middle of the night. My toenails are falling off. I think I'm dying. I legitimately think I'm dying. My mouth hurts. My eyes hurt. Those are all death signals. Like he's coming.
So that's why you're open to Wegovy.
No, I'm open to Wegovy because I'm a fat, lazy piece of shit. And I have an unhealthy relationship with food. That's why I'm leaning towards, that's
fair.
childhood trauma wrapped up in a ball there, baby.
That's pretty fair. It's pretty fair.
But anyway, enough about me. Oh, and also my fucking dog died, and I'm still not over that.
On a good note, no.
Super Bowl champions, Eagles.
So what are the Flyers? What do the Phillies have coming up? Just before we wrap this thing up, they have.
We didn't talk about we didn't talk about Barkley. We'll save that for next episode. We're gonna do a little Barkley dive.
Yeah, we have some Barkley combo that we need to have. I don't know. My phone's not working. I don't know what the fuck.
Anthony said you definitely have cancer, Kenny. Tell Dave to tell me about the Royals.
All right, let me look at the Royals real quick. For him.
I'll look up the schedule for you.
Okay. Let me open up my file.
Score mobile that never lets me down.
Let me look at. Oh God.
Off tomorrow.
Toronto Marlins, I think, right?
Toronto. Is this a 2-game series against Toronto? No, we didn't get one this year, man.
No, I think it's 3.
It is. And then, so Toronto, Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 4 games set with the Fish.
Ooh.
And then the Mets. That's the big one right there. We gotta win that series.
All right, Anthony, Kansas City Royals. Yes, they look pretty powerful here especially in the last week. The bullpen showing signs of improvement, although the whip has been rough last 5. 1.68 whip.
Dave, they're 9.5 back. They stink.
1.68 whip. They're let's see. Their winning percentage against teams that are 500. Not very good. Let's see. I need to check that.
Wow,
their run differential on the season is -9, so they're basically playing flat, which is not usually a good sign. I don't know. I would call the Royals just under, slightly less than mid, is what I would call it.
He said last year around this time I commented about the Yankees. Then they made it to the World Series, but like the losers they are, they lost.
Like the losers they are.
Also, before we go, you know what else I think about a lot is that what really fucked the Phillies over was 23. Because if they beat Arizona, they win that World Series. Texas was terrible.
They definitely could have beat Texas for sure.
For sure. They didn't have to go through the juggernaut of the Astros again.
So,
out of here.
So the let's see, the Kansas City Royals.
They're 9.5 games back.
The Kansas City Royals are right around. I'm thinking that they're going to end with around 80 wins. That's what my projection says. 79 for the Royals. So I don't know. Anthony, I'm sorry. They're not that good. They're gonna have to go on a legendary tear in order to do anything worth a shit. The
He said,
the Braves are looking at 76. Staring
I
down
don't
the
know.
barrel.
Braves are bad.
Well, they have 19 games that they've lost by 1 run.
How many?
19.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot. that's the most. That's actually the
Too
most.
many.
That's actually the most in baseball. Now that I'm looking at it.
All right, good night, you freaks.
How many blown saves do they have? 10. 10 blown saves. Phillies have 13 blown saves, second worst in baseball. You know who has the first? Mets, which is fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
And they're still projected to win 105 games. All right. Yeah, let's call it a night. Love you guys. We will obviously see you when we see you. And hey, now wait a minute. Why did I see Kenny? Kenny, I see your comment.
Did it come across?
I see your comment. It says go to bed. Look, right here. I'll show it to you. Look, go to bed. Why does yours show up? And then Steve's showed up too from Facebook. So I don't know what the hell Anthony's doing.
Anthony's probably got some stupid private setting because he thinks the Mexican cartel's coming after him again.
Oh my God. Turn off your privacy, you weirdo.
No one thinks you're that important.
Oh my God. All right, let's go to bed. Goodbye, everybody. We love
Fly me to the moon.
you. Later.
Wrapped up like a douche.